Welcome back everyone. So in the last video we solved exchange sheet which was 38 question in SQL 50 series, and in this video we are going to tackle movie rating. So let's dive in. Okay, so in this question we are given three tables. The first table is the movies table which has two columns, movie ID and title. So movie ID is the ID of the movie, title is the name of the movie. So movie ID is the primary key for this table and title is the name of the movie. Then the next table is users table which also has two columns. The first column is user ID and the next is name. So there is a user with user ID and name is given by the name column. And the third table is movie rating which has four columns: movie ID, user ID, rating and created at, where movie ID and user ID, these two columns combined will make a primary key. This table contains the rating of a movie by a user in their review. Created at is the user review date. Now we have to write a solution. Find the name of the user who has rated the greatest number of movies. In case of a tie, return the lexicographically smaller username. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to return the name of the user who has rated the greatest number of movies. So in the movies rating, we are given movie ID, the user who rated it, and the rating and when the rating was published. So name of the user who has rated the greatest number of movies. Okay, now multiple user can rate the same number of movies. So in that case, we have to return lexicographically smaller username. Okay, so this is the first question. The second question is that we have to find the movie name with the highest average rating in February 2020. In case of a tie, return the lexicographically smaller movie name. Now the result format is in the following example. So these are the three tables, that is movies table, user table and movie rating. As per the first question, we have to return the name of the user who has rated the greatest number of movies. So this is movie rating. So we have this is the user column. These are the user who rated. So for user with an user ID of 1 rated 3 movies. Okay. 2 rated only 2 also rated 3 movies. 3 rated 2 times and 4 rated only 1 time. So there are two users, user with user ID of 1 and user with user ID of 2. These are the two users who rated movie 3 times. Now we have to return, since this is a tie, we have to return the lexicographically smaller username. So user with user ID 1 has a name of what? Daniel, and user with user ID of 2 has a name of Monica. So which one is smaller? So Daniel is the smallest one. So we will return Daniel. And the next question is we have to find the movie name with the highest average rating in February 2020. So February 2020, that is month is second. So these are the two entries and then these are again two entry and the last two entries. So we have a total of 6 entries. Okay. So we have to find the movie name with the highest average rating in February 2020. So let me copy these two entries, all the entries which are in February. So, okay. So these are the movies. Okay, so these are the 6 entries in which the created at is at second month. Okay, so what we have to return is we have to return the movie name with highest average rating. So the first column tells us the movie. So we have this movie, then this movie, and then this movie. So for the first movie, the rating is 4 and 2. That is 6 by 2. That is 3. That is 7 by 2, and then 7 by 2. So these two movies have same rating, then it is given that in case of a tie, we have to return lexicographically smaller movie name. So in the final result, there will be like two movies, 2 and 3. So for movie 2 and 3, the names are Frozen 2 and Joker. And in these two movies, the smallest, lexicographically smallest movie name is Frozen 2. So we'll return Frozen 2 here. Okay, so now let's write the query to understand the solution better. One more thing. It is clear that we have to write two queries, first for this and the second for this. And since the results are unrelated, here we have to find the name of user and here we have to find the name of movie. We have to write two separate queries, and you see in the final result, there is only a single table. So what we have to do is we have to write two queries, but we have to merge those two queries. So the first query, let's write for this one. We have to find the name of user who has rated the greatest number of movies. Now, for a user, we have to find this, which means we have to group the movie rating table by user ID. After grouping the movie rating table, we will get for each user how many movies they have rated. Now there might be the cases that multiple users have rated the same number of movies. In that case, we have to return lexicographically smaller username, which means that we have to order those groups in such a way that the username who has the smallest usernames comes at the what top. Okay, so we will then limit the result set by one entry and we'll get our final result. Also, we want the username, so for that we have to join movie rating table with the users table on a condition that user id in the users table is equal to user id in the movie rating table. So what we have to do is we have to select name. So you see in the resulting table we have result as a column and then under that we have Daniel as a name. So we have to select the name from the this movie rating join users table. This name we have to select as what result from movie rating table. We have to join this table with users. So join users on a condition. So let's give these tables an alias. So for movie rating, let's say movie rating and users u. So movie rating dot user id is equal to user dot user id. And after joining this table, we'll get their ratings, and besides the user id, we'll get their names as well. So let me select everything to show you the result first. So this is the output. So you see user ID in the first table is equal to user ID in the second table, which means for each entry, we'll get the movie ratings as well as the name who has given this rating. So from this resulting table, what we have to do is we have to group by user ID so that we can count the number of ratings given by that particular user. So we have to group by user ID, and since user id there are two columns, first column from the first table and the other one is from second column, we can select either one. So let's say we'll select from movie rating, and when we group the entries by user id, so we'll have user id or username, because for grouping on based on user id in the particular group we will have same user id, which means we have same name. So now we will select that name as results. Okay, so results, and let me select the count of ratings given by each user. Okay, so this is the resulting output. So here we can see that Daniel gave 3 ratings, Monica gave 3 rating, Maria 2 and James 1. Also one more thing, since we are grouping, we have to order the result set in such a way that the maximum rating comes at the top. Okay, so we have to order by what, count star in descending order, so that the biggest so that the person who has given the most ratings will come at the top. Now since there is a tie, okay, you see these are the tables. So what we have to select is, first we have to select only one entry, so we'll limit only one entry. Let's see the result first. So this is the result, Daniel, but it can be wrong. So you see in the previous result set, the result set given by this query has two users with the same number of ratings, and that is a tie. Which one should we select? Should we select this and or should we select this? Since we have order by count star, so order by count star might give Monica at the top or Daniel at the bottom. So we have to write ordering, another ordering condition, that is we have to order by name in ascending order. So order the resulting table in such a way that the person who has given the maximum ratings come at the top, with other condition that if the count becomes same, then order by names in ascending order. So here in these cases the count star is same, so we'll order by name in ascending order. So in ascending order Daniel comes first, and from that first entry we'll select only that entry only. So we'll ignore all the bottom entries and we'll select that particular entry only. Okay, and we don't have to select the count star. Okay, so we'll remove this. So this is the result that we got results Daniel, and who has given 3 ratings. Okay. Okay, so this is our first query result. Now we will comment this solution and we'll write the solution for the next query. So for the next query, we have to find the movie name with the highest average rating in February 2020. So highest average rating. So in this February 2020, so we have to find that movie, which means we have to group this table by movie ID. When we group this table by movie ID, we'll have such groups. So for movie ID 1, we have this group. For movie ID 2, we will be having this group. And for movie ID 3, we will be having this group. From each group, we'll remove those entries where the created at is not lies in this range. That is February 2020. After removing those entries, what we have to do is we have to find the highest average rating, which means we have to calculate the average rating in each group. Then we'll filter out which group has highest rating, and from that group we will return the movie ID. So what we have to do is select title of the movie. Okay, one more thing. How do we select title of movie? Since movie rating has movie ID but no title, which means we have to group this movie rating table with movies table on a condition that movie ID in this table is equal to movie ID in this table. So let me select everything first from movie rating join with movies table on condition, and let's first give this table an alias of movie rating and movies. Movie rating dot movie ID is equal to movie dot movie ID. Okay, so so you see in the output we got that movie ID in the first table is equal to movie ID in the right table, which means for each entry now we have the title of the movie also. Now from this what we have to do is we have to select title. Okay, so first we have to group this table by movie ID. So we'll group by movie ID, and since movie ID there are two columns, one is in the first column and the other is in the one in the first table and the other one in the second table. So let's use the first table for that. Now after grouping we can get the count star. So not count star, what we want is average rating. So in each group we want average of what rating, but average of only those ratings. So first we remove entries where what created at should be like what February 2020. So you see created at so it should look like 2020. February is 02 and percent sign. So it will keep only those entries where the created at looks like this, that is February 2020. Everything else is removed. Now from the leftover entries we'll group those entries based on the movie ID, and after grouping we can calculate the rating for each group, and for each group we will be having title. Okay, and we have to select title as what results to merge this query results with this query result, so that we can get a final result under the results column. Okay, now there is other thing that is pending, that is in case of a tie return the lexicographically smaller movie name. So let's first see the result of this query. Okay, so this is the result. So Avengers has a rating of 3, Frozen 2 has 3.5, and Joker has 3.5. Now we have to return the movie name with the highest average rating. So highest average rating is for these two movies, which means we have to order this resulting table by what average of rating, and in such a way that highest rating comes at the top. Also, like these are the two movies, so when we order this resulting table by rating in descending order, these two movies will come at the top. But since both of these has same rating, we are given in the question that in case of a tie, return the lexicographically smaller movie name. So we only note how to order by rating. We'll have to order by what? Title of the movie in ascending order. So in this case, we will get the Frozen 2 at the top and then Joker. So let's see the result of the query. Okay. So you see in the result, we got Frozen 2 at the top, then Joker, and then Avengers. Now, from this resulting set, we will have to select only the first entry. So we'll limit our result set to only a single entry. So now you can see that we got the correct result, that we got the Frozen 2 as a movie which has 3.5 rating, and the other which has 3.5 rating is discarded because it was not lexicographically smallest as compared to Frozen 2. Now we'll have to select only title and we'll join the first query result with the second query result using union OR. And since both the tables has column name of results, these two are joined together. And we have to enclose the queries inside parentheses to make this work. Okay, so our solution got accepted. Now we'll try to submit this to see if the solution can pass all the test case or not. Okay, so our solution got accepted. Now let me try to explain you once again. So what we did is, as per the first query, we have to find the name of user who has rated the greatest number of movies. In case of a tie, return the lexicographically smaller username. Since we have to find the username, it is clear that we have to join the movie rating table with the users table, and on the condition that user ID in this table is equal to user ID in this table. After joining these two tables, we will get an entry where we have user name also in that entry. So for each entry in the movie rating, we will be having usernames. Now we have to find the name of user who has rated greatest number of movies. So to find the number of movies rated by user, we have to group by user ID. And after grouping by user ID, we can count the number of the number of entries in that group is the number of ratings the user has given. Okay, now two user can have same ratings, and for that we have to write a in such a way that we get the maximum rating given by user at the top, in also with a condition that the maximum ratings given by user also has username smallest. So if two users has same maximum ratings, then the user with the smallest lexicographically username will come at the top and will select only that topmost entry. Similarly, for the second query, we will join movie rating with the movies table so that for each movie ID, we will have movie name in that entry only. And since we have to find the highest average rating for a movie, then we have to group by movie ID. And for each movie ID, first using the where condition, we will remove all the entries where the created at is not looks like this. That is February 2020. And from the leftover, we will group by movie ID. And from each group, we will calculate the average rating. And we'll order by average rating in descending order so that the movie which has the highest average rating comes at the top, but multiple movies can have same highest average rating. In that case, we'll have to order by title of that movie. So if two movies has same average rating, then we will order by what? Movie name, and the movie which has smallest name will come at the top. And from the resulting entries, we'll select the topmost entry. And now we have result for these two entries, will union all. And for union all, you'll see in the resulting output, it has the results column, and under which it has a solution for both the queries. So in the first query, we'll select the name as results, and in the second query, we'll select title as results, and then we join these two queries to get the final results.